Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. It's Gale Bates from mymentorbiz.com, and we are doing the Monday Minute Team Building Tip. I've been having a few difficulties, so I hope we get through this morning with this Monday Minute Tip. I'm here to help you build million-dollar teams. That's what I did with my business, and right now, that's how I help most of my clients who are building their direct selling business and building million-dollar teams. And the reason for that is that the ripple effect is amazing. When you build that million-dollar team, you have successful people on your team, and as they become successful, they become great role models in this business, and it's wonderful. So we're on a series right now of how to get the most out of trade shows and vendor events and holiday fairs. You know, it is the most social time of the year. So I hope you are booking in some of the vendor events, because it's a great place for you to truly build your business and get new customers, bring them into your funnel, so they become customers, maybe hostesses, and eventually maybe think about joining your team. So when I give you these tips today, it's all about you as a leader sharing these tips with your team members. That's the ripple effect that I want to see happen. So we have gone through how to set a goal for your trade show. You know, what is it you want? When you set a goal for your trade show or vendor event, are you looking for 20 new customers? Are you wanting to sell $2,000? Do you want to get 10 bookings? Or maybe you want to have 5 new recruits. That's how you set a goal at a vendor event or trade show, because then everything else around it is related to that goal. We then talked about knowing your costs, and I really went over what I call the ROI, the return on investment, and making sure you're not spending too much before you're getting that investment back. But of course, sometimes this is a long-term investment as well. Today, we're talking about booth setup, okay? Booth setup is so important because what it's doing, it's attracting people to come into your booth. Hey, Dawn, glad you're here today. Also, hey, Karen Bain, glad you've joined today. So make sure when you're setting up your booth that it is totally related to your goal, okay? So if it's your goal is to get 20 new customers, then you make sure that your booth reflects that when you're setting up your booth. So I always love the KISS, keep it simple, because when it's simple, it's visually appealing. And that's what you want your booth to be. And you want it to be visually appealing so that people will love to come in and feel comfortable in getting to know you and your products, okay? So you want to have the tables. I like to have an L, okay? So depending on how many tables you have, an L kind of was, I was standing in front and always stand in front of your table and inviting people in. Make sure that your tables are skirted. And if you have like your purse or any of those other extra brochures and everything, that they're hidden underneath, okay? So that your booth looks very simple, it looks very appealing and very neat and tidy, okay? Now, you also want to make sure your booth reflects whether you are looking for sales or looking for bookings. So making sure that your products are set up so that if you're looking for bookings, you might want to have a sign-up list, okay, so that people can get on your list. If you're looking for recruits, you might want to have your kit displayed so that people knows that's exactly what you get and the value of the kit, okay? So this is important when you're setting up your booth. Another thing is to think about words, because words attract people, okay? So I used to always have a sign that says, be the first in your area. I was opening up all across the country. So that was what I was doing. So I had a sign, a really nice sign made up, wasn't my old school, but I had a sign made up that said, be the first in your area. You could even have, not too many words, but too many signs, but another sign could be the first to book a preferred date if you're looking for bookings, okay? And perhaps, another great sign is and I used to have this one, is book a private fitting appointment. Because, people usually to book a party with you. They don't really know you. But if you book a private appointment with you, and I used, because I was in the fashion business, I was booking private appointments, that really did work for me. Okay, so be thinking about that. Letting your booth reflect your goal, which is related to your goal and what it is you want from this trade show and vendor event that you're doing. Another one is, of course, your big drawing. What are you going to give away for free in a drawing? That's how you gather leads and you're able to follow up. And this is really important. And I'm going to talk a little bit about more of that when I talk about working your booth. But right now, you do want to have some kind of drawing and make it a focal point. So like I used to, if you have a basket of your product sitting there with a nice big bow around it, now it's, it's holiday time, make it a holiday basket, okay? So that people are really attracted to it. And making sure you have a draw slip. And on that draw slip, you want to make sure that you capture the information. That's what this is about, gathering leads and capturing information. So you want their name, their email, their telephone number, their address, their snail mail address, okay? And on my draw slip, and most of my clients use this draw slip today, and it's very successful. We put in, I'm interested in hosting a party, booking a private appointment, fundraising information. That really gets some really great interest. My monthly newsletter tips, learning more about my business opportunity, or connecting on social media. And I have Facebook, Twitter, whatever, Instagram, whatever it's social media that I'm using for the time. So making sure you have a draw slip, and actually when we're working the booth, I'm going to show you how to use those draw slips to get more people to sign up. So, but having that draw slip is so important, okay? So I'd love to tell you a quick story here before I go today in the value of working trade shows and vendor events, okay? I love to do this. I didn't spend a great deal of money on it because I don't believe in that, but you might have to spend $200 or $300 for a booth sometime. And I worked a booth once and I met a wonderful woman named Laurie, okay? She and I clicked, hit it off, and she loved my fashions, and she said she'd book a party with me, okay? Because she knew direct sales, and we just had a great relationship right there. This is kind of what happens, you make that connection, right? So Laurie has a party with me, and I've got it booked, and I call her, about an hour before to say I'm on my way. I've done my hostess coaching with her. She knows exactly what to do, and she says to me, oh, by the way, Gale, the Mary Kay lady is coming an hour before you. She'll be here when you get here. Now, this was unbeknownst to me. I didn't know this was happening. Oh my gosh. So I arrive at this party with my beautiful fashions, and there's women with red lipstick all over them, and I think, but I was very professional, okay? I stayed professional the whole way. And of course, because the Mary Kay lady was there before me, she didn't, she got most of the sales, and it was okay. I was fine. But there was one person at that show. Her name was Deborah, okay? And Deborah came up to me after the show. I had very few sales, and not even a booking. And Deborah said to me, I loved your presentation. I want to talk to you because I'm a financial planner, and I would like to talk to you about doing some business together. And Deborah and I became great friends. We went on to doing little shows where I would open the show with sharing with people how to save money in their closets, and we paired up, and Deborah would talk about how to invest that money. And it brought me a ton of new business. I can't tell you how many new recruits and new business I got from, and it all led back to that one trade show that I did. So I wanted to know that, when you're doing these trade shows and vendor events, even though you come home and you've got to go and follow up, and we'll get to the follow-up, okay? This is part of your business, and it can be very successful for you. So if you want to download the handout I've got today on how to get the most out of trade shows and vendor events, please do that, okay? And then, you know, share with me a little bit about what success you've had at trade shows, okay? I hope you have a fabulous Monday, everybody, okay? I'll talk to you next Monday. Bye.